at Rhodes Furniture.
Happy holidays from 12 News.
From 12 News, your First Coast News. This is Countdown 2000.
A live picture tonight at the Jacksonville Landing. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Jeannie.
And I'm Jeannie Blaylock. We are welcoming you to our special tonight, Countdown 2000. If you're at home right now, you're comfortable on your couch, you're sitting there with chips and dip, and you're in a smart seat because we have the ticket for you tonight. We're going to show you all the celebrations around the world. We're going to take you to St. Augustine and show you inside the big party at the Casa Monica Hotel, that refurbished, beautiful, beautiful hotel. There's the scene right now in St. Augustine. We'll show you the pictures, the landing, the fireworks. For the next 3 hours, you won't miss a thing.
There are parties, of course, going on all across the First Coast here in downtown Jacksonville. We have 4 stages operating. There is so much going on. Tonight, we're going to take a look back at the year that was. We'll also be taking a look ahead at the year 2000 and beyond, and of course we'll be keeping you up to date on any Y2K problems in case there are any tonight. But certainly a lot to be excited about as we bring in this wonderful new century, and for many people the new millennium as well.
It's kind of neat to think. I mean, not very many people live their lives and get to see a century changeover. And in case you're wondering where in the world we are, we're on top of the Times Union Performing Arts Center. We had to take kind of a cherry picker to get on top of this, and I got to be honest, I'm kind of scared. It made my palms kind of sweat, but we're here and the view is beautiful. Inside the landing is Jessica Jollings. We'll be able to talk with her. We have team coverage starting with Deanna Finney.
I'm Deanna Finney in St. Augustine, where the nation's oldest city is getting ready to ring in the new year. We're located in the Casa Monica Hotel, the newly renovated Casa Monica Hotel. This just happens to be the oldest hotel in the nation's oldest city. It was built by Henry Flagler in 1888, and tonight there's a huge celebration that everyone here is getting ready for the year 2000.
I'm Lori Aragon at a party in Riverside. You can see some of the hosts frantically trying to get it all together. Some 200 to 300 people are expected to attend this big millennium party, and they'll be dressed in their favorite decade of the century. I'll show you how they'll welcome in 2000.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Lopez. Cool temperatures and the possibility of fog is not keeping anybody from coming down to the South Bank.
All right,
thanks very much. We're looking forward to some wonderful weather all night long. I was out of town for the Christmas holiday, just came back in town today, and I was up north. Wonderful to come back to 70-degree temperatures that I found back here in Jacksonville today. It's a great place to bring in this new year.
It is getting a little chilly. I put my coat on tonight, but it still is a beautiful night, no rain. Let's go inside the landing now to 12 News reporter Jessica Jollings. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jeannie and Alan, it certainly is a beautiful night. Forget about Paris, forget about London, forget about Times Square. This is the place to be to ring in the new year. The anticipation has been building throughout the night, and if you can take a look here below, 80,000 people were estimated to be here, and as you can see, we're well on our way. There's quite a diversity of people here, families and couples, young children. They're all enjoying the great food and the games and bands on 3 stages. Of course, the highlight is expected to be that fireworks show and the laser show as we count down to midnight. And of course, that countdown is also what we're anticipating here. Alan and Jeannie, if you can imagine the thousands of people counting down to midnight, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely deafening.
Well, the city is expecting 80,000 here tonight, and we certainly see huge crowds. Of course, a lot of people here for the Gator Bowl tomorrow, and everybody just excited to be a part of all of this.
Yeah, I thought it might just be sort of like a sardine thing down here, but it's really not. It's very comfortable. Let's now talk to Jennifer Lopez and see how the weather is going to.
Let's go to Deanna Finney, actually.
First, we'll do that. We'll go to Deanna Finney. She's got the big party fancy spot. You look beautiful tonight, Deanna.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a very festive night. It's a very elegant night as the nation's oldest city gets ready to ring in the new millennium. We are at the Casa Monica Hotel, which is the oldest hotel in the nation's oldest city. It was built in 1888 by Henry Flagler, and just recently it was renovated. It's a $17 million renovation to be the elegant and beautiful hotel that it is today. We are in the ballroom of the Casa Monica Hotel, where they are getting ready to ring in the new year. A lot of festivities going on here inside the Casa Monica Hotel, and outside in St. Augustine as well, where they are going to have a huge fireworks display right at the stroke of midnight. Of course, they have the Nights of Lights going on outside. It's just a beautiful scene outside in St. Augustine, and it's an elegant and beautiful place here in the Casa Monica Hotel as well, as the nation's oldest city gets ready for the new millennium.
Oh, that's terrific, Deanna. Just wonderful celebrations going on, of course, in St. Augustine as well as Jacksonville tonight, where we are just settling in for a long evening. We'll be with you for the next 3 hours up until 1 a.m., and we hope you'll stay with us tonight as we take another live look at the Jacksonville landing.
Oh, you know, I don't have anything very eloquent to say, but boy, we live in a pretty city, you know, we really do. I'm so proud of Jacksonville. We've been here for a lot of years now, and the landing is one of my very favorite places, and it's just gorgeous tonight. We have beautiful camera shots to show you. We have cameras all over this place to show you tonight, and we're getting very close to the kite show. Now, this is not just an ordinary kite show. I mean, these are kites, high-tech kites that have radio control systems that power super LEDs and spotlights and high-power strobes and fireworks and fibers, and these are giant kites hooked up to what, speedboats and
yeah, some of them with
ATVs.
speedboats. Some of these are the world's largest kites with wingspans as wide as 30 feet. And there we can see some of the preparations. This show is set to begin at 10:05 tonight. We're running just a little bit behind, it looks like, at the on the beginning of the kite show. That will run for 20 minutes, and we'll certainly be bringing that to you as the kite show begins.
Yeah, let's go back now to Donna Hicken, who is in our Y2K Center back at the TV12 studios. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Jeannie and Alan. Well, of course, it is already midnight in many places around the world, and so tonight we're going to track it for you, show you how people are celebrating all over the planet, and we're going to begin where else but in London, where I'll tell you what a celebration in London tonight. We begin our journey there, where the deep sounds of Big Ben's chimes were heard across the city as the River Thames was lit up with a fantastic pyrotechnic display. The Millennium Wheel spun on its spokes without passengers, and the Millennium Beacon was a floating ball of fire on the famous river. Well, the glitch with the wheel aside, the rest of the celebrations went off without a hitch. The lights stayed on, the fireworks went off, and Big Ben didn't seem confused at all about the date. Fireworks continued long after midnight, and Londoners got down to the serious business of ringing in the new year. We're going to go back to you guys for just a few minutes. I understand the kite show over at the landing has started. We'll tell you more about Millennium celebrations around the world coming up.
All right, thanks very much. Now we're seeing one of the first super kites. Now, this kite show has been all over the world. It's performed in Spain, in Universal Studios, in Disney. And look, that's pretty cool looking, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see over the St. Johns River downtown. This is a plane made entirely from a kite. And again, as Jeannie mentioned a minute ago, some of these radio control, this one dipping into the water and going down. We're going to see a variety of kites here tonight. This all began just a moment ago with a few fireworks being shot off from the bridges. And of course, later on, we have a terrific fireworks show for you as well.
And if you're thinking, oh, you know, I've seen so many fireworks, I'm not sure the show will be unusual. It is. They're going to have a waterfall of fireworks, and they've been planning for days and days. Now, was that supposed to go in the water like that? Oh, there is the boat that's preparing. I'll tell you something, just kind of a side note here. There are many, many Marine Patrol boats, and if you're questioning security and you're still thinking about coming down here, there must be policemen every few inches down here. There's another one of those kites, and that pretty looks like kind of a green lunar moth.
Yeah, some of the things we'll see tonight in this kite show include 200-foot airworms, 90-foot spin socks, a 12.7-story high wind ball, and 100-foot inflatable kites. Some of these are huge, many of them controlled by a number of different controlling devices, and certainly a lot of ropes and cords. And I don't think the standard string on a kite works for this kind of show.
No, it sure doesn't. These are all trained boat drivers
Look at that.
and ATV vehicles. That is really pretty. Look at that. Very, very tall. Sometimes it's okay just to say, that's neat looking. Something else we're going to be bringing you tonight are live pictures and live reports from Disney World, because, you know, if you're a Disney fan, nobody does it like Disney. And there's a lady named Jackie Barron, and she's outside the big Epcot ball. And pretty soon we'll be talking with her and showing you all the wonderful sights down at Disney World.
All right, let's check in with Jennifer Lopez. She's on the South Bank tonight. Jennifer, how is it from your position?
Well, I can tell you, the year 2000 is looking pretty good so far. I had to get in the spirit because look at this. We are here on the South Bank with a lot of fun people, and they are ready to bring in the year 2000. Behind me, behind all these people, is a country band. They're going to be playing throughout the night. And then as we look over this way, we are very close to Friendship Fountain, and there is a lot of space, so you can come on down here and enjoy all the festivities all night long. There you are, guys, right across the river. So just catch a water taxi if you want to come over here and have even more fun. Let's talk about the weather real quick, because as I see through the year 2000, the weather looks pretty nice as we usher in the new year. Fog is going to be possible late tonight, but we think hopefully it'll hold off until occurring after midnight. Temperature is not too bad. What about the first day of the year 2000? Well, as we look ahead, actually, we're going to look back today, and we saw temperatures dropping into the low 40s early this morning, warming into the middle 70s this afternoon. And I think by tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will be just as warm. Again, a lot of fun. I know I look probably silly, but so many people are dressed in their 2000 clothing apparel, and they're enjoying themselves here on the South Bank. Jeannie, Allen?
Who knows, in the next millennium, Jen, that may be entirely appropriate for any number of different occasions.
Well, she has those special insight glasses into the weather. We're still seeing some of the kite show going on, and people are lined. I thought I saw people lined up on the bridges, although they're going to close the Main Street Bridge to traffic, and it's already closed, in fact. There goes another kite.
Yeah.
Launching off. This is going to be going on for 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll come back and show you some more kites. But now let's go down to Orlando.
Yeah, let's go to Jackie Barron, who is standing by live at Walt Disney World to tell us what's going on there. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, guys. It's going great out here. I have to tell you, this place is packed. At one point, they had to close the gates at 8:30 this morning, setting an all-time new record out here. But they were able to reopen those gates later today, and to keep up with the crowd, I'm even losing my voice a little bit. Less than 2 hours to the moment we've all been waiting for, Disney's grand finale to its special Millennium celebration. Let me show you some of those people who have been waiting all day. Take a look at this crowd. Woo! They're having a great time out here. Some of them have been out here since as early as 6 a.m. this morning. Now, almost 18 hours later, they're still going strong. I think that's called adrenaline. Some of them have actually set up camp with stretched out their blankets, and they have been playing cards for the last 2 or 3 hours, trying to actually pass the time until those fireworks come along. By the time they get in their cars to go home, some people will have been up for 24 hours, and I'm talking all age groups, ranging from the 84-year-old great-grandmother to the 5-month-old great-grandchild. It's quite a scene out here, but I have to tell you, the theme is family. Back to you guys.
Elderly Jacksonville lady who's seen an entire millennium, who has 86 great-great-great-grandchildren. It's unbelievable. We'll have her story coming up.
A lot of big families down here tonight. A little bit earlier, Jeannie was talking about the variety of people we see. We see some in tuxedos. We've seen some, 1 or 2 in shorts. Ill-advised though it might be that as the temperature drops here tonight, but we're taking a look again at the kites as this kite show continues. Some of these kites have been shown at places like Olympic Stadium in Montreal. They put on shows on lakes, on canals, on football fields. They've been at Epcot Center, where we just were there a moment ago with Jackie Barron live at Walt Disney World. What they do is they tow these kites. Some of them are computer controlled, and as you can see, they even will shoot off fireworks from some of them as well.
And that's one thing that's really been a lot of fun during this Millennium celebration, is just to watch the technology, because don't you look at some of this stuff and go, how do they do that? You know, it's amazing. I saw that in several magazines during the Millennium, that really the United States has just led the world in technological advances. It's a pretty good moment of pride here. Look at that.
Well, we're leaving a century where technology has made advancements far in excess of any previous century, and as we enter this new millennium coming up, depending on whose definition you use, we'll certainly see a lot more change in the next 100 years. Here are some fireworks being fired off at this moment.
And who knows when the next century ends and we're all gone, but our great-great-great-great-grandchildren are here. They'll be watching this from the moon, perhaps. Who knows? But we look into the future, we look back tonight, and we have lots more beautiful pictures to show you. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back.
Stay with us here at the Jacksonville Landing as we count down to 2000.
Jacksonville demonstrated its football passion, and there wasn't even a game.
In 1979, 50,000 fans turned out to the Gator Bowl to welcome then Colts owner Bob Irsay, who arrived via helicopter. The turnout was in hopes of luring the Baltimore franchise to town. It didn't work, but it did send a message to the National Football League about this city's passion for the sport. 1979, the first milestone in Jaguars history.
It's almost here, Jacksonville, the new millennium, and the end of the sale of the century at Toyota at the Avenues. Just 2 more days left. Listen to me now. Come to Toyota at the Avenues. All you need is a pen, 0 out of pocket. 100 cars in 6 days was our goal. Only 30 more left to meet the goal. How are we going to do it? Sign and drive. Corolla's $179 a month. Camry's $219 a month. All you need is a pen, but it ends Friday, Jacksonville. The sale of the century. Buddy Hutchinson, Toyota at the Avenues.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Jacksonville is moving. Over $2 million of the finest furniture must be sold. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries' gigantic store moving sell-off. Hurry.
Worried about Y2K? Get a new Buick. Why? Let's say the city goes dark. Buick's headlights come on automatically. Very clever. No heat, dual climate control. So get cozy in your comfy power seat with your portable TV and watch the test pattern. During Buick's Not to Worry event, get a Century 2000 Special Edition with a Millennium offer worth $2,000, just in time for the year 2000. No blow dryer? Sunroof.
Ah, the weekend. You've waited for it. So make the most of it with TLV 12's Good Morning Jacksonville Saturday. It's your ticket to what's happening around town. A chance to check out the forecast, get some gardening tips, or just catch up on the news. Charlene Shirk, Clennon King, Jennifer Lopez. Good Morning Jacksonville Saturday, 8 a.m. on TLV 12.
Burger King welcomes you to the new millennium. But first, let's look back through the years.
Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us. We do it like you do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King. Have it your way, have it your way, have it your way at Burger King. This is a Burger King town.
Today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Have it your way.
Look tonight as fireworks continue as we count down to 2,000 here at the Jacksonville Landing. Great to have you with us. That was a beautiful night.
It's a sort of an appetizer of fireworks. The big show is still to come at midnight tonight. And of course, our midnight is the same as New York's midnight, so we won't miss that. We'll be showing you it all at once with split-screen TV tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity to see everything, and of course, your hometown is the important place to remember when you count down to the new year. Let's turn to Charlene Shirk now. She's at the Emergency Operations Center tonight, and of course, the city is keeping tab on a lot of issues and things that a lot of people have been concerned about. But Charlene, so far, we've had pretty good luck.
That's right, Alan. Actually, no word is kind of good news at this point. We're currently at a level 3, and that's similar to where we were during Hurricane Floyd, kind of a state of preparation. Now, we went into 4 during Floyd when we started to evacuate, and to go into 4 here would be, say, if the lights went out, the power went out, but right now we are remaining at a level 3. Now, Mayor Delaney made a news conference around 6 o'clock just to come out and say that so far, word was good, everything looked smoothly, everything was running well. The EOC was monitoring around the world, though, as well, not only Jacksonville, and they've said that they've had no major glitches or problems to report. Now, the mayor believes that this is no coincidence, that this is the result of years and dollars spent to prepare for this day.
We've literally had the equivalent of about 15 people full-time for almost 3 years just on this issue. And then our typical emergency planning, which is to, accommodate everything from a hurricane to a nuclear bomb, to try to make sure that we've got it all coordinated. And that's a pretty good system now.
And Hurricane Floyd definitely gave us a great opportunity to see this system here at the EOC work very smoothly. Now, the next update is scheduled for 11 o'clock, and then they will come back and have another news conference shortly after midnight just to let us know if there have been any problems or glitches. And Jeannie, now, and as I send it back to you, I do want folks to know that the mayor is concerned about 2 things. One, the very, very dry conditions out there, and the concern is that folks who are doing fireworks at home might accidentally ignite a fire. We certainly don't want to start the new year off with a tragedy. And then the other issue was regarding the phone service. He's concerned that folks may pick up the phone right away to call friends or family or just to kind of check to make sure the phone is working, and that could cause a loss of service, and that could cause some problems if somebody does have an emergency and does need to reach 911. So he cautions everyone to please just wait a little bit before you go get on that phone. And now, like I said, we do have some scheduled news conferences at 11 o'clock and then one after midnight. However, if there is an emergency, if anything does happen, we will break in and we will let you know as soon as possible. Back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Charlene.
Might add to that just a little bit when we're talking about the things to be concerned about tonight, and that is the weather. And we've talked a little about that earlier tonight, and when we're concerned about fog tonight, and a lot of people ought to be careful as they're driving, certainly on this night.
Yeah, let's talk now more with Jennifer Lopez, who's across the river at the South Bank, and you have some special guests tonight.
I certainly do. While the Mayor Delaney has to work, his family isn't. They are out enjoying all the festivities. I am joined here by his wife, Gina, his son, Jimmy, his daughter, Meg, and her friend, Chelsea. And so you just saw the Mayor, and how is he doing?
He's doing great. He got out for a couple of hours, and now he's back in the emergency shelter.
And it's not going to stop you a bit that he has to work, right?
Not at all. Never.
Well, that's good. Meg, what do you think? What are you excited about tonight?
I just am excited for being at the Millennium.
Making it through, and we're going to be seeing a lot of fireworks, right, Chelsea?
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, the Delaney family, now you are going to be meeting up with the Mayor later on, right?
At about 12:30 or 1, somewhere in there.
I'm sure you will, because everything is probably going to be going A-OK. As far as the weather is concerned, the fog is expected to develop later on tonight and hopefully hold off after midnight, and it will be probably reducing visibility down to maybe a mile in several locations. So keep that in mind as you're going to be out and about late this evening.
All right, Jen, making new friends out there.
I certainly am.
Terrific.
It's good to see the Mayor's beautiful family tonight. It really is a family event. We heard Jessica talking about all the kids that are down here at the landing tonight, and I think we're all trying to kind of explain to our kids what the Millennium is. I mean, my twins are 5, and they say Millennium, and they don't really know what it is, but I've tried to take pictures of them next to like 200 balloons so that they know someday, you know, that they were 5 years old during the Millennium.
Yeah, well, my wife's going to be taking pictures of the kids tonight as they sleep at midnight, just so they know where they were.
And there are the numbers, 2000, and we are not very far away from that. We've been counting down, which seems like years and years now. Let's go now to Ken Amaro, who is in the 12 News studios, manning our Y2K hotline. Hi, Ken.
Hello, Jeannie. That's right. For the past 3 years, we've been hearing so much about Y2K, and still there are a lot of questions unanswered as to exactly what's going to be the impact of the Y2K bug, if you will. So we've established a phone bank. Our bank has been here all night waiting for calls to answer your questions regarding the new millennium, and we'll be here until 1 o'clock in the morning, of course, to answer whatever questions you may have as to whether or not your ATM is going to work, or is the electricity going to be on, things of those nature that may be affected by the computer bug. So give us a call at 632-1200. Our phone bank is here. They're ready to go to answer your Y2K questions. Back to you, Jeannie.
Very much. You know, one of those questions about the ATMs, some people are worried that they won't get any money, and almost all the banks around town are saying that they're going to refill the ATMs should they run out within 1 to 4 hours, so it really shouldn't be much of a problem.
The news around the world has been good as well, because the banks and the ATMs have been functioning on the other side of the world. Reports from Japan and Asia said the ATMs are working fine, and certainly it's felt that the United States is more prepared than a lot of other countries. So I think we can be fairly positive that things are going to turn out quite well. Let's go to Donna Hicken now. She's back at 12 News watching things around the world. Donna?
That's right. We're in the Y2K Center, Alan, and of course there are big celebrations already going on in many places around the world where we have already hit the new century and the new millennium. And of course, no bigger celebration probably than in France, where you can imagine. Guess where the big celebration was there? You got it. The Eiffel Tower was the showpiece of France's Millennium celebrations, as the entire structure was lit up with fireworks just as the clock struck midnight. The Eiffel Tower looked like it was ready to blast off into space as thousands of fireworks shot out from every crevice of the Paris landmark. Some of the most impressive images yet from Millennium celebrations from a structure that earlier in the day was experiencing, can you believe it, a power outage. Doesn't look like there's any problem there. The countdown clock never did come on, but the lights sure did, and then some. Look how beautiful that is. And of course, Pope John Paul II rang in the new millennium with a midnight address from the Vatican. More than 130,000 people packed St. Peter's Square in Vatican City for the celebrations led by the Holy Pontiff. The Pope delivered the address from the window of his study overlooking the square, which was filled with a party atmosphere. Fireworks lit up the night sky as musical performers took to the stage, and the Vatican's huge bells helped ring in the new year. Well, this is just a taste of some of the incredible images from around the world. We've been watching them all day long. We'll continue to watch them for you throughout the evening. A little later, we're going to head to Hong Kong and the tiny island of Kiribati, the first place on the earth that actually turned into the new millennium. They've actually renamed it Millennium Island for this celebration. We'll bring you the scenes from there a little bit later from the Y2K Center. Back to you guys at the landing.
Only 10,000 residents there, and certainly all excited about being the first to ring in this new year. We talked about the Pope there a moment ago and the celebrations in the Vatican City, and of course our calendar is based in Christianity. There are, of course, other religions who are not observing this year 2000, and that whole millennium debate. Now, for those people who don't know exactly what the millennium debate is all about, think of it this way. In simple terms, there was no year zero. So therefore, the first millennium would have been from the year 1 to the year 1001, and the second millennium, according to the experts, is from the year 1001 to 2001. Thereby, a lot of people say, well, this isn't really the millennium. But for others, they're just party poopers. It's the millennium now. We're in 2000. Let's just have fun. That's the other version of that.
It's like the entire country of China does not recognize Christianity, but you can't not recognize this. They have the festivities over there because it's such a big worldwide event. And it's kind of fun every once in a while just to have the whole world thinking about one thing. So far, it's been positive. We do have a lot of hours still to go, and as the business experts have pointed out to us, Monday morning is going to be a big time-telling event, because when everybody turns their computers back on over the weekend, we'll see if everything went as smoothly as it's going so far. We'll just keep our fingers crossed. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
This is it, Jacksonville. The final hours and days of the sale of the century and of the millennium. Are you going to save money? Are you going to save money? Come to Chevy at the Avenues. You will. It's all over New Year's Eve. Tahoes, Jacksonville. Tahoes at Chevy at the Avenues. Lease them for $329 a month. Full-size Silverados. Own them. $14,995, or get interest rates as low as 3.9%. It's all over Friday night. The sale of the century. Only at Chevy at the Avenues. Buddy Hutchinson Chevrolet at the Avenues.
That's your best friend. He lives next door. He is such a cutie.
What you guys looking at?
My daughter's kindergarten class just got a website. That's her favorite dress.
Do we even have a website?
And now with Bell South Site Builder.
That's my mom's favorite dress. What are you guys looking at? My mom's company just got a website. Does she get a lot of hits?
Website development. Another solution with Bell South know-how.
Remember all the things you heard about Y2K? They're here.
It says that'll be $1.29.
There's an unbelievable Y2K deal at Heilig Myers, too. 10 to 50% off all furniture in the store. And what about this Y2K deal? Pay no interest for 1 year, 12 full months, interest-free. Don't miss Heilig Myers' first Y2K sale. Sale starts Friday. Who knows? Maybe on your way home you'll find another Y2K deal.
It's the New Year's celebration of a lifetime. All over the world and here on the First Coast, everyone is celebrating the new millennium. So how do you plan to bring in the new year? Why not spend it with 12 News? Coverage of the biggest party ever on the First Coast and the world starts tonight at 10 p.m. From St. Augustine to the South Bank, from Hong Kong to Sydney, the celebration is global. The countdown is on. So make sure you bring in the new millennium with 12 News.
A live picture again in downtown Jacksonville as we are here just a little over 90 minutes away from the hour of midnight when we turn over to the year 2000. Welcome back, everybody.
We are on top of the Times Union Performing Arts Building right next to the landing. I'm Jeannie Blaylock with Alan Gionet, and I can't wait to see what Lori Aragon is doing. She's at a party, I understand, where there are some beautiful costumes. Lori, can you hear us tonight?
Certainly can, Jeannie. It is a beautiful party already. There's some 300 people expected here. It actually just got underway. Started at 10 o'clock tonight. This is a private party in Riverside, and as you can see, some folks are dressed in their favorite period of the decade. Now, I want to tell you that 2 young girls actually planned this party, 2 young entrepreneurs who want to eventually get into the party planning business. And one of them actually just ran away from me. So let me talk with some of these folks right here. Hey, this is Ryan. How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, good. Tell me why you chose this particular period of dress.
Well, I'm 100% Irish, so Irish transcends all decades.
That's great. What do you think people are going to remember from this particular millennium?
Oh, gosh. Tons of things. Probably the whole Y2K thing.
I
know I'm worried about it.
I imagine so. Again, this party is for young entrepreneurs, and we found the host right here. This is one of the two hosts. This is Holly Reed. Holly, tell us, now you're dressed in a fabulous costume right here. This is, I guess,
1800s, that's correct.
I understand it took you have been planning this all summer long. Why this particular party? Why not just go out and party with your friends anywhere in Jacksonville?
Well, we thought that we'd like to have a wonderful 2000 party. Instead of going to the typical bars for New Year's, a better way to get all of our friends together and get dressed up and have a great time.
A nice, safe way to spend New Year's, and I imagine that's one thing that really entered into your mind.
Correct, that's right.
Well, it took you a lot of time to plan this party, didn't it? You did everything yourself?
Myself and Ann Holland, we worked very hard, had a bunch of help from our friends, and got it all together this evening. That's correct.
And these are all young professionals here.
These are all upcoming young professionals of Jacksonville in their 20s, and we're real excited to have them all here tonight.
Thank you so much, and it is going to be a lot of fun here, I can tell you that. All right, we're going to toss it back to you guys at the landing.
All right, thanks very much, Lori. You look fun tonight. What beautiful costumes. Let's now take a look at the big parade for this afternoon. Of course, we've been talking about Y2K, but tomorrow's the Gator Bowl, and that's a big event in itself. Today was the Gator Bowl parade about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, taking a look at some of the floats here. This coming over the Main Street Bridge, and some of the people involved in that traditional Gator Bowl parade today. Today, a good one, an especially good one, I believe.
Yeah, and the high school bands, you know, they work so hard and practice for this, and what a fun thing to walk over the Main Street Bridge with the interesting floats and costumes, and they've all been practicing their songs. Ah, yeah, you always got to do that for the camera, right?
Well, tonight we have 4 stages here at the Jacksonville Landing, and a variety of entertainment. We'll have a laser show coming up at 11 o'clock tonight, also a laser show at midnight, in addition to the fireworks that we can all expect right as the year 2000 comes in.
And as we saw that Gator Bowl parade, we can't talk about that and not talk about the big game tomorrow. Let's go to 12 News Sports Director Dan Hicken. Well, what do you see for the game, Dan?
Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Alan. Happy New Year, everyone. I see a great game. They're not old acquaintances, but chances are we won't forget about this Toyota Gator Bowl. Both Miami's Butch Davis and Georgia Tech's George O'Leary are looking forward to jump-starting their teams for the year 2000.
You know, we've been to 2 bowl games and had very good outcomes in both of those, and they both of them served as a springboard into an excellent recruiting classes. I think it certainly sets the tempo for your off-season and conditioning program. It really helps, the focus for next year.
It's fun to do it while we're doing it, but when you get down to business, everything's focused in on the game, and it's just the timing is right for this Gator Bowl.
All right, gang, when you talk Georgia Tech, you better talk about this guy, Joe Hamilton. Finished second in the Heisman Trophy balloting, has more than 10,000 career yards. Team went 8-3 this year with 3 conference losses. Their opponents, the Miami Hurricanes, who had a brutally tough schedule. Games against Ohio State, Penn State, Florida State, Virginia Tech. The Canes, they'll return just about everyone for next season, including both quarterbacks.
You know, for the seniors, it's your last game, so you want to go out and win them, but it's big. Anytime you're on stage and anytime you're able to play a game, you want to win no matter who you're playing.
What better matchup can you get, right here in the Gator Bowl? You're playing against, Georgia Tech, who's second to Florida State, and we're second to Virginia Tech, the 2 teams in the national championship. So I don't think, other than the national championship, you can get a better matchup than this.
That, of course, quarterback Kenny Kelly of Miami. Also surrounding the game, the Hall of Fame luncheon that saw 3 locals inducted into this prestigious club.
If you didn't know Walter, you missed something, believe me. Walter was nuts about sports. He just was nuts about it.
That, of course, is Jessie Dunbar, the wife of the late Walt Dunbar, the one-time TLV 12 sports director for 23 years. Dunbar going into the Hall of Fame today, along with former Georgia Bulldog Jack Bush, who played in the 3rd Classic in 1946, and the voice of Jacksonville sports, Jay Solomon. So it should be a great Gator Bowl game. High scoring tomorrow. You can watch it right here on TLV 12. Oh, Alan and Jeannie, it's getting crazy in here. I got to throw it back to you. The party, it's wild.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild here in the studio.
All the confetti coming down, we can see it. Can we ask you something about the tickets? Have they given you any word on how the ticket sales went for the Gator Bowl?
Well, I think, overall that there are still tickets available, by the way, if you want to head over there. It hasn't been the greatest in terms if you compare it to last year with Georgia Tech and you had Notre Dame. Miami historically does not travel well, but as far as matchups, this is one of the better bowl games I think that you will see. So I'm hoping that they'll have 45,000, 50,000 in there tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dan.
Oh, that's good news. And, of course, a lot of people are sort of committing their event to tonight, really. And I think that probably is going to bring down the attendance at the Gator Bowl, there's no doubt. We're hearing the Diamond Band start up again here on one of the stages here outside the Jacksonville Landing. Let's take another live picture as we go to break now. A Go Jaguar sign, this one on the front of the Modus building tonight.
We'll see you in just a moment.
Faced with the challenge of selling 10,000 club seats in just 10 days, the city of Jacksonville responds. NFL Now is formed, and from August 25th to September 3rd of 1993, the Jacksonville business community and fans purchased 10,112 club seats, keeping Jacksonville in the race with 4 other cities, Baltimore, St. Louis, Charlotte, and Memphis, to get one of 2 expansion slots. August 25th through September 3rd of 1993, another milestone in Jaguars history.
It's almost here, Jacksonville, the new millennium, and the end of the sale of the century at Toyota at the Avenues. Just 2 more days left. Listen to me now. Come to Toyota at the Avenues. All you need is a pen, 0 out of pocket. 100 cars in 6 days was our goal. Only 30 more left to meet the goal. How are we going to do it? Sign and drive. Corolla's $179 a month. Camrys $219 a month. All you need is a pen, but it ends Friday, Jacksonville. The sale of the century. Buddy Hutchinson, Toyota at the Avenues.
We're flooring America.
Come celebrate the grand opening of America's newest floor covering superstore, Flooring America. Carpet, ceramic tile, laminate, hardwood, vinyl, area rugs, everything you want for your home. All at grand opening sale prices, plus grand opening bonuses, interest-free financing, and more.
We're flooring America.
During our grand opening sale, you could even win over $100,000 in dream vacations from Flooring America.
In your changing world, you can count on us with a helping hand. We hear your voice, we bring to focus the choices you face. In your changing world, you can count on us, you can count on us.
Running out, but there's still a little left. So hurry in and save during the final days of the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event. It's your last chance.
Now check out the affordable and dependable Chevy Cavalier. It's the lowest priced car with standard ABS and air. Plus, get this great smart lease on Chevy Cavalier. Call for details.
So come in now to the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event. Don't let your turn to win pass you by.
From 12 News, your First Coast News. This is Countdown 2000.
Music to bring in the new year tonight. There is lots of music down here, all kinds, from country to rock to whatever you like tonight.
Hour and 20 minutes until midnight now, and all of the excitement beginning to brew here at the Jacksonville Landing. Let's go down to Jessica Jollings. She's in the thick of it all. Hi, Jessica.
Hey, guys. You know, just about an hour and 19 minutes or so until the new year, and that means if you haven't made any New Year's resolutions, now is your time. And for those folks sitting on the couch, so we got some people here who might give you some ideas. This is Tim. He came all the way from Germany. He's an American, but came all the way from Germany to celebrate the millennium with his mom, Joan. What is your New Year's resolution?
To spend more quality time with my kids.
And what about you, Joan?
Well, it has to be health and well-being, absolutely, for all the family.
There you go. I think that's a popular one. And over here, what is your New Year's resolution?
My first one would be to appreciate life much more than I had the last 25 years. And the second one would be to keep God in prayer in my future.
Okay, good.
I'm seriously, honestly gonna get in shape this year, because I'm not half the man I used to be, I'm twice the man. So this time I'm gonna do it.
There you go. Okay, one last one.
I just want to go to school and finish my degree, and I want to tell all my friends what's up.
All right, there you go. And I think at this point right now, Judy and Alan, my New Year's resolution is going to be making it through this night and finding a ride home out of here. Back to you guys.
Well, you can hop a ride with us.
Hey, Jessica, if you can still hear us, can you kind of give us an idea how crowded it is inside the landing? We're outside the landing, and there's still a lot of empty walking around space.
Absolutely. If we can take a look here, we can take a look right in between here. It is absolutely packed, and it's gotten more and more crowded throughout the night. Again, the estimate was about 80,000 people or so, and it is really packed here. I wasn't here for the last year's celebration, but some folks telling me earlier that it is definitely just as crowded, if not more, than last year. Everybody dancing and enjoying themselves. 3 stages with lots of different bands, so everybody having a good time. That anticipation building until the big countdown.
The big countdown is getting very close. I'm having, as I'm getting older here, I can't read these small numbers anymore.
Well, see, that's what happens. We're approaching this year 2000, and we can't see the TV monitor as easily as we could a few years ago.
17 minutes. We've
Good
talked
job,
so much
Jeannie.
about Y2K.
Way to hang in there.
Oh, come on now, don't run me about the age thing, all right?
No, we're in it together.
Everybody's a day older tomorrow, right? And as we get close to Y2K, it's been so funny reading on the internet what all you can buy and what all you could do. You know that you can even get a Y2K compliant coffee maker, so that when you wake up tomorrow morning and you have to have coffee, depending on whatever you do, it's going to be there because it's automatically dripping into the pot.
Now I would view that as a priority. I mean, that to me would be an essential. If you're ever going to forget the wind-up radio, just make sure you have a compliant coffee maker.
You are kind of a coffee addict, though, aren't you? Let's go back now to Donna Hicken in our Y2K Center. Donna, if somebody wants to watch us on the internet tonight, they can.
That's right, Jeannie, and you know me, I am so Y2K literate, it's scary. I'm trying to improve, so tonight I want to bring you a really exciting thing. This is the first time an event of this magnitude has actually been simulcast live on the web. It's actually our big project with the Times-Union, and all you have to do is log on to jacksonville.com right on the internet, and you will see, there you guys are, and there I am. That's our live broadcast, our partnership with the Times-Union. All you have to do, as I said, log on to jacksonville.com, and you can see our entire Millennium celebration simulcast live by computer. Guys, I can't even believe it. This is so amazing to me. I recently learned how to log on, so I'm really excited to see that we're live on the internet here with the Times-Union. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is a pretty big deal.
It is. It's kind of neat to see all this technology evolve, because we were talking about the other day, we remember in school when we had mimeographs. You remember?
Oh, you know it.
Film strips that went beep, 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 and then they'd burn, a hole through them. You couldn't show them anymore.
Well, those times are changing. Times
has changed with DVD and all the new stuff that we have to talk about. Let's talk now about the hotline, 632-1200. If you have any concerns about Y2K or you want to pass something along to us, feel free to give us a call. We have the people there. They're in our studio answering phones tonight. And, I just want to salute all the people who had to work on New Year's Eve. I know some banking employees are waiting at their desks in case something goes wrong.
A lot of people at hospitals as well doing essential work tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
And glad to have them there.
That's true. And people, for instance, for MasterCard, for 6 years they've been getting ready for Y2K. They have 7 million lines of coded information in their computer system. And a lot of people can't party like these folks. They're in their offices sometime tonight working. So salute to all you folks stuck in the office.
Here you see a mixture of Gator Bowl fans and Y2K partiers tonight as we're live in the Jacksonville Landing with an hour and 15 minutes left to go. We're going to take a break. Back in just a moment.
It's been a century of leadership for Ford. We were the first to make cars affordable. And to end the century, we're creating new ways of keeping them within your reach. Like the 20th Century Celebration with the year's biggest deals. It's your last chance of the century to see huge savings on every best-selling Ford we make. Get up to $1,000 cash back plus 3.9 APR on America's best-selling full-size pickup 22 years running, F-150. Just get to your Southern Ford dealer before the 20th century, and the 20th Century Celebration comes to an end.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Jacksonville is moving. We must sell out this location to the bare walls. Prices slashed. Store-wide savings. Recliners, sectionals, entertainment centers, occasional tables, and more. Over $2 million of the nation's finest furniture must be cleared out. Huge leather selection. Financing available. Store-wide savings at both locations. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Jacksonville. Gigantic store moving sell-off. Hurry!
The latest medical advances, staying healthy, making the most out of your life. It's what 12 News anchor Jeannie Blaylock's Health Watch is all about.
Eat your vegetables. Hey, that's great, but which is better for you, collard greens or raw broccoli? The answer is collard greens. Nutrition experts have ranked vegetables. At the top, collard greens, raw red peppers, and spinach. At the bottom, but still good for you, mushroom, corn, cucumber, and beets.
Look for more Health Watch reports Monday, starting at 5 on 12 News.
Remember all the things you heard about Y2K? They're here.
It says that'll be $1.29.
There's an unbelievable Y2K deal at Heilig Myers, too. 10 to 50% off all furniture in the store. And what about this Y2K deal? Pay no interest for 1 year, 12 full months, interest-free. Don't miss Heilig Myers' first Y2K sale. Sale starts Friday. Who knows? Maybe on your way home you'll find another Y2K deal.
He's one of the main architects who helped build the Jaguars. On February 21st, 1994, Wayne Weaver winged his way to Jacksonville with the man he hoped would build a championship team. The former head coach of the Boston College Eagles, Tom Coughlin, walked down the steps into team history. Coughlin was given the royal treatment, limo and police escort, as he was named first Jaguar head coach and director of player operations.
This decision is about challenge. It's about the opportunity to be a part of a team which will construct an NFL franchise literally from the ground up. The great people of Jacksonville have responded to the challenge of supporting their franchise, of proving the great pride which the community has in the Jaguars.
February 21st, 1994, another milestone in Jaguars history.
We're back live outside the Jacksonville Landing on our New Year's celebrations, and it's great to have you with us tonight as we're here with, I don't know how many thousands of people milling about in the streets and surrounding the landing. One of these boats here that was no doubt involved in the Christmas boat parade. That's another wonderful aspect of our community every year.
And we're watching on 4 screens celebrations around the world, and the people, I'm not sure they're hearing a whole lot down there. It's not it's not a very quiet time, but it's not supposed to be. It's New Year's Eve. It's time to look back at the millennium and look ahead as well, and just appreciate the fact that we're all here. It's not pouring down rain. It's really just pretty nice out, kind of chilly.
Yeah, let's go to Jennifer Lopez now. She's enjoying herself on the South Bank tonight, and of course following the weather as well. Hi, Jen.
There you go.
I tip my hat to this beautiful weather that we're having, and also to all the fun that we are having here on the South Bank. Now, the band behind me, the country band, has taken a break for now, but they'll be lighting up the stage very shortly. And while they're taking a break, many people have been going about enjoying some of the other festivities here around Friendship Fountain, and some of those festivities include karaoke. If you don't want to sing with the band, you can sing on your own. This guy was singing earlier just a few minutes ago. He sounds pretty good. And there's also some fun stuff to do if maybe you're a little kid. They have rocket sock'em robots. And these kids were enjoying that game very much. They also have virtual snowboarding. You look at the monitor and you're actually on a kind of a board, a surfing board, and you're gliding down the scopes. I bet Tim Deegan would love that. So we do have a lot of fun stuff going on here at the South Bank. We're surrounded by Friendship Fountain and a lot of fun people. They're enjoying it, waiting for the fireworks and waiting for the new year to come here.
All right, thanks very much, Jennifer. You know, for senior citizens, this is a very special night because a lot of them have seen major changes. I remember my grandfather told his friends that there would be highways someday, and they laughed at him. They didn't think that was going to happen at all.
At the beginning of this century, there were only 10 miles of concrete paved roads. And you can look around you now in the United States, and you can look around you now and see how much we have. And again, you think about what's going to happen in the next 100 years, and it's really kind of stunning, isn't it?
It very much is. And 12 News reporter Angela Spears has talked with a very incredible lady. In fact, 2 women who've lived through 2 world wars, the Depression, the Civil Rights Movement, and even the age of information. And let's see that story right now.
Alberta Roper's seen it all. She's been around for 2 centuries. The third is creeping up on her.
Oh, when I was a little girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I was a little girl, and I started at school when I was about 5 years old. And Mama made me stay in school.
101 years of life, something Roper never thought she'd see.
There's a lot of difference in it. And so It's just a big change in what it used to be.
God has been good, hasn't he?
Yes, He is.
From the Depression to the Civil Rights era to the high-speed pace of today, parts of Roper's life, a blur in the distance, some memories still fresh.
And my little grandchildren say, don't you say nothing. Telling me not to say nothing. Don't say a word. And when I look back at them, and they say, don't say nothing, I say, one more is two. The first was my father, and the next one was my mother, and the third one was Lola, my sister Hazel.
Lola Sanford's lived a full life as well. She was born 8 minutes before midnight, December 31st, 1898.
My grandmother looked at me and sure I was okay, so she put me on a pillow in a rocking chair, and I stayed there until they knew Mother was going to be all right.
Sanford's early years come to her with ease. Her first boyfriend, her job with the man who invented the juicer. She even remembers having to take care of her 3 sisters. It's what we consider the basics that are now difficult for her.
I forgot how to add and subtract.
That's okay. Sanford's filled with 102 years of history.
I've had a good life.
And she attributes her longevity to eating right and practicing the golden rule.
Try to be good. Do unto others as you would like to have them do to you. One more is two.
For Roper, 100 years of believing and relying on the Lord has gotten her through.
Oh, I heard angels sing. Yes.
Oh, such great faith in those ladies. They all just say they're happy to be alive, and it was really sort of cute. Angela was telling me, she asked Mrs. Roper, now how many grandchildren do you have and how many grandchildren? She said, well, honey, I can't even keep track of that. So her family gave us the numbers. She had 1 son, she has 10 grandchildren, 67 great-grandchildren, and 86 great-great-grandchildren, and 6 great-great-great-grandchildren. And Angela says, these 2 little kids ran by her, and Angela said, now, are those someone you know? She said, well, I guess they're my grandchildren, but I'm really not sure.
Well, someone like that has 1 million fans as well in the city of Jacksonville, don't
What
they?
a sweet lady. What
That's
grand women to meet tonight.
There's a sad note to sort of add on this story tonight as we pass through time and pass through our change in century and on to new millennium. The woman thought to be the world's oldest living person has died. Sarah Noss saw all of this century and a good portion of the last one. She was 119 years old at the time of her death in a Pennsylvania nursing home yesterday. She did die of natural causes. Noss lived through 7 U.S. wars and the sinking of the Titanic. She was older than the Brooklyn Bridge.
But you know what? I'm looking right across the river here at Baptist Medical Center where my children were born, and I can picture that maternity ward. Don't you know there are women looking at the clock, hoping if I could just hang on now and not have the labor in and the baby born until midnight, I'll have the first baby in Jacksonville born in the millennium. I know it must be exciting over there, and as soon as we find out which baby has won the honor, we'll let you know tonight.
About 65 minutes to go. We're going to go to break. We're going to be back in just a minute with more of our coverage as we count down to 2000.
It's almost here, Jacksonville, the new millennium, and the end of the sale of the century at Toyota at the Avenues. Just 2 more days left. Listen to me now. Come to Toyota at the Avenues. All you need is a pen, 0 out of pocket. 100 cars in 6 days was our goal. Only 30 more left to meet the goal. How are we going to do it? Sign and drive. Corolla's $179 a month. Camrys $219 a month. All you need is a pen, but it ends Friday, Jacksonville. The sale of the century. Buddy Hutchinson, Toyota at the Avenues.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Jacksonville is moving. Over $2 million of the finest furniture must be sold. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries' gigantic store moving sell-off. Hurry!
BellSouth Fast Access Internet Service. Faster downloads. Another solution with BellSouth Know-How.
Ah, the weekend. You've waited for it. So make the most of it with TLV 12's Good Morning Jacksonville Saturday. It's your ticket to what's happening around town. A chance to check out the forecast, get some gardening tips, or just catch up on the news. Charlene Shirk, Clennon King, Jennifer Lopez. Good Morning Jacksonville Saturday, 8 a.m. on TLV 12.
Burger King welcomes you to the new millennium. But first, let's look back through the years.
Hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us. We do it like you do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King. Have it your way, have it your way, have it your way at Burger King. This is a Burger King town.
Today, tomorrow, and yesterday. Have it your way.
Simulcast of what occurs over the web as you look at the Jacksonville.com website, the Times Union's website there.
Of course, I've heard some people say, please don't go on the internet this weekend. Make sure that we don't jam up the system. But I guess if you want to do it for a couple of minutes here before midnight, it's
Nothing
okay.
you can do about that. All those new computers out there that people got for the holidays. Look at that.
Look at all the people on the Main Street Bridge. You can't drive across it, but you can stand there, and what a prime spot to watch the fireworks in just about an hour. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. And that's what everybody's waiting for, just the thrill of finally seeing the year 2000 start right in our own lifetimes.
I know we're taking a look at the Main Street Bridge and a listen to the Diamond Band down below us right now. We're on top of the Times Union Center where we sit, and below us is one of 4 live stages operating tonight. And the music, of course, of an old Van Morrison classic, Brown-Eyed Girl. I love this song.
I do too. I love to hear all the old songs too. I guess old is or vintage or whatever we should say.
We're dating ourselves. Be careful, Jeannie.
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody's having a good time tonight. I'm not sure that people are very scared about Y2K, but there's a very relaxed feeling. And as we said earlier, there are policemen all over the place, and there's a very safe feeling down here tonight. We just hope it stays that way. We're going to check in now with Donna Hicken for 12 News at 11 and catch up with the news of the day, and then we'll have lots more for you as the celebration gets close to midnight.
Yeah, be sure and stick with us as we count down to the year 2000. We're going to bring you all of the coverage of all of the events occurring tonight. We're still expecting a laser light show and, of course, the fireworks that come after midnight. And behind us, you can see some of the boats on the St. Johns River on this wonderful night, with the city expecting 80,000 people down here. And I do believe that things are just about filling up to that point right now.
Yeah, it's getting crowded in a good way, a festive way. We'll check in with Jennifer Lopez, too, and see what funky glasses she has on and good hats the next time. It's the time to party. Look at all
we're on the
folks
Jennifer
down here.
Lopez watch tonight to figure out what she's going to wear next. That's a big part of what's happening. We're watching people dance here outside the Jacksonville landing.
He's got those 2000.
And there's some more of those glasses. Apparently that wasn't an exclusive thing for Jennifer.
Well, see, you can hang on to those glow-in-the-dark necklaces, though they fade out the next day. But those glasses, someday you can show your grandchildren, I was alive, and they'll never believe you were ever that young. Let's go down to 12 News at 11. We'll see you again in about a half hour.
This is it, Jacksonville. The final hours and days of the sale of the century and of the millennium. Are you going to save money? Are you going to save money? Come to Chevy at the Avenues. You will. It's all over New Year's Eve. $199 a month, Jacksonville. That's your price and your choice. Malibus or S10 trucks, $199 a month. Lease them today. $199 a month for Malibus or S10s. Your choice. All over Friday night, the sale of the century. Only at Chevy at the Avenues. Buddy Hutchinson Chevrolet at the Avenues.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Jacksonville is moving. Over $2 million of the finest furniture must be sold. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries' gigantic store moving sell-off. Hurry!
In your changing world, you can count on us with a helping hand. We hear your voice, we bring to focus the choices you face. In your changing world, you can count on us. You can count on us.
Remember all the things you heard about Y2K? They're here.
It says that'll be $1.29.
There's an unbelievable Y2K deal at Heilig Myers, too. 10 to 50% off all furniture in the store. And what about this Y2K deal? Pay no interest for 1 year, 12 full months, interest-free. Don't miss Heilig Myers' first Y2K sale. Sale starts Friday. Who knows? Maybe on your way home you'll find another Y2K deal.
Preview, predict, prepare, prevail. Before every game, Jaguars pregame. Sunday morning at 11:30, only on your official Jaguars station, 12 News.
A live picture tonight from the biggest New Year's party on the First Coast tonight at the Jacksonville Landing as thousands look to ring in the year 2000. And right here on the First Coast, we're in the final hour of our New Year's countdown. 12 News reporter